Hello traders. So yeah, I can't really do this video this morning without first of all giving a massive shout out and rest in peace to the legend that is John McAfee. No matter what your views are on him, he lived a pretty crazy life and he did some pretty crazy things, but I don't think anyone can dispute just what he did for the cryptocurrency community. And for a lot of people watching this, he's probably a big part of the reason that you are here. He made 2017 a lot of fun. So for anyone who wasn't around back then, think about all the Elon Musk tweets, think about the Michael Saylors, think about the Mark Cubans, and the way that they're promoting Bitcoin into the media, or well, in Elon's case, was promoting Bitcoin to the media. McAfee was the original. He was the one that really kicked everything off back in 2017. He was crypto Twitter. He was the guy bringing in millions of interested people into the space, and he was the one relentlessly pushing out this technology to the widestream media. And just, yeah, the original Schiller, an absolute madman, but still a legend nonetheless in the crypto space. So yeah, just a little shout out to him to start this video. Cool. Anyway, on to the price action. So Bitcoin has seen a little bit of a move down overnight into this morning. This was to be expected. So we knew yesterday we had quite a significant area of single prints that needed to be filled. We also had this buying tail at the lows here. I'm about to sneeze again like I did on yesterday's video. So, oh man. Okay, I will continue. Yeah, we came back through. We did fill these single prints as would be expected. We kind of got this bounce off of the area of yesterday's open, and overnight we've just kind of had this other move down, which is very healthy in my opinion, where I did kind of was under the assumption that we would range for a while going into the end of this week. And that's exactly what we're doing. So you can see here, let's remove this little channel. I just drew this earlier and it looks like we kind of got a little break from that. But yeah, we had yesterday the rejection off of the bottom of the range value area low. Now that, if you go back and watch yesterday's video, I was expecting this. So I was able to take out a small short position on this, and target was this weekly and to fill these single prints. So that trade is done. I am happy with the kind of the little retracement that we've had here. You can call this like a little A, B, C, D correction. And now we're looking at a possible change of market structure to lead us back higher and to have another attempt at this range value area low later on today or maybe tomorrow or the weekend. Currently, you can see here, we are being rejected at this daily level, and this is the range that we were stuck in previously. So the range that we couldn't get out of and had to drop below and got back above, we are back inside that range. So this is critical now. This is a very important level that I think will determine where the trend goes next. Are we going to come back down and revisit these lows, and are we going to need another sweep of these lows over the weekend, potentially even lower, or are we now looking at a more decisive break back into the larger range in order to kind of get a little bit more bullish again? So that's it really, just very, very simply. You can see the weekly level that we have here. So this is this weekly low that we do have back here. So this is pretty significant. So in terms of the larger weekly range we have going on, we don't really want to be closing any weeklies below this level. That would be pretty bad on a macro kind of timescale. And then the daily we have, which is important to get back above and to hold above, is basically the daily range that we were in previously. So first step, we did get that close back inside it yesterday, which was constructive. We have come back to perfectly backtest that weekly to see what the support is like there. And now we're just working on this daily level again. Okay, so let's see how it goes at the moment. Yeah, just basically just stuck between these two levels. And we'll see then whether we can have another attempt at this range value area low. So let's have a look as usual again on here, because whenever I make these videos, I've not yet looked at the charts properly. I just come on here and I just improvise. But we can take the whole range, and we can see that our values are more or less the same again. So our range value area low is still in the same place. Our point of control is still there. Nothing really has changed here. You can see again, slight shift up on the value area high here, but yeah, nothing significant that makes me want to change these levels in any way just yet. So this remains the level. This remains a key level, this 34,660 level. And I think if we can get back inside there, then I would, yeah, that is another, well, that gives us a pretty nice start to at least a 1 hour uptrend on here. So you can see how we were making lower highs, 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 and then we've changed that into a higher high. If this gets this bounce here, and really actually here as well. So we did have this higher high and then this higher low put in, which gave us the bounce yesterday. We're on another higher high, possibly another higher low, and we can see now if this will continue. What I think may happen is with it going into a weekend, we probably do just stick in a range around here now. But if we can get consolidation, say above this daily and just below this range value area low, then I do think that would set up quite nicely for an attempt into the range going into next week or even over the weekend. So yeah, let's have a look and see what happens with that. Then obviously we do have the big key levels here, being the range points of control and the TPO point of control coming in just above. So yeah, 36,800 being probably the critical level, which would then be, if we can reclaim that, I'd be looking up at the 40Ks and above again. So yeah, once again, pretty neutral looking chart. And yeah, if we see a small rejection and can get back in here and do a little range for the next day or so, that is quite nice. Gives us some small scalps to play. And yeah, yeah. Going on here, actually, we've got this tab open, so let's just have a look at it. So the Nasdaq has made a new all-time high today. So yet again, the Nasdaq has made a new all-time high. So that is just going crazy. So tech stocks doing very, very well. The S&P again, it's going to make a new all-time high today, you would expect. So if you look at how the ES is doing, we did have that big dip down, but it does look as if yet another all-time high is going to be printed on the ES and the S&P 500 today. We'll have to just see how this goes, but that's pretty close right now. So yeah, let's see how that continues. So yeah, legacy markets incredibly strong right now. And then we can have a look at the DXY, which is seeing this pullback. You would expect a little bit of support down here on the DXY. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, if that will affect Bitcoin going forward. So right now, Bitcoin is definitely the laggard. Within the markets, it is the one, again, while stocks are just ripping to new all-time highs again, that is the place to be for a lot of people. But hey, we are the crypto community, and we will stick to what we enjoy trading. And even if things are a bit more bearish over here, then it doesn't matter. Like, we can trade this any way we like, and that is the beauty of trading. So yeah, we will stick with this. So again, Ethereum coming back in to test this support zone. So we did have the ETH BTC this monthly being a big level, and we are just kind of coming back in to test this support zone. What I would like to see on Ethereum is a bit more of like of ETH BTC. It's kind of a bit of a rounded bottom being put in here, with this being the low, and then if we can just kind of slowly come down here, then we can start to get a bit of confidence back in Ethereum again. ETH USD as well, working around this area. So it did take the liquidity below here, it did take out these lows, And again, we're in this area of support, very, very critical support here on Ethereum. I would like to see it kind of hold around this level. I think that would be pretty good. And then we can be looking at moves back up at least to kind of $2,280 around that area again over the next week or so. Litecoin, nice bounce, but it's come straight into resistance. So we do have where it was trying to hold support on this monthly. That is kind of back now as resistance, so be aware of that one. That had a nice bounce, but I would expect a small retrace on that, especially if it does get this move up on the US dollar chart into this weekly level. I do think again maybe a range, and then we can pop up, or ultimately, depending on what Bitcoin does, pop back down again. Link again had that bounce off the weekly, coming into resistance, and the same here. It is struggling with this weekly level here, but as we still have on the link chart, I think if we can clear this, then it's looking pretty good for a move higher on the link USD chart there. So that's just about everything as expected. With Bitcoin dominance coming back to these highs, you would expect a pullback. We'll see if this can obviously break higher, or whether we do see this as being a lower high on the BTC dominance chart, and then we get a larger retrace from that. Cool. Okay, so same levels as yesterday again. In terms of like intraday stuff, we do have interesting areas to be looking at. So we do have the top of this selling tail up here, so you would expect at least an initial reaction off of that if we do come into there. We are currently had this rejection off the weekly, which is also our previous day value area low. And yeah, if we can come back inside, if we do get back inside this value area here on the TPO chart, you would expect a move down to test the daily point of control. I would expect that this will probably change, so this daily point of control will probably move up, as will the value area throughout the day if we do hang around this area for a bit longer. What else do we have? Let's have a look at the sessions. Again, not really anything significant on here. So you can see here the single prints that were printed during the open session with that quick move down. We have come back into those, so that's quite nice from a TPO perspective. We've come back into the close point of control, and yeah, CME point of control just above as well. Again, if we move down, daily point of control is an area of support, and that would line up very nicely with this weekly level once again. Naked point of control just above us, so yeah, we did leave this behind yesterday. So yep, again, that is a level to take as a trade. And then finally, let's just have a quick look on here and see where any significant volume is. So we'd be looking at 33.65 as an area which could see a short-term pullback. Again, if we do come higher, then 34.600 is pretty significant as well. So you'll probably notice any of those levels. I was a little quick with going through those, but look, 34.600 is range value area low. They all line up with levels that we have on this chart, so nothing new here. This is what we look to be trading, and we can just add confluence to that with these fibs and see what happens. So yeah, maybe we come in, take this liquidity at the highs here, get this pull back onto the daily. That all looks pretty nice. Where are we right now? So we have come into this little golden pocket thing, which gives a bit of confluence to this daily level. And if we do pull low to high from here, you can see we did have the 786 coming in on this. And finally, if we pull low to high from here, we did have the 382 that was giving us confluence on this weekly level as well. Let's just whack a speed fan on, see what that's doing. And there we go. Once again, that is giving us some nice support. So we have the support from this speed fan going up, and then this will be a long way up right now. We do obviously have that resistance from this speed fan coming down. Actually, let's actually do this one as well, because I think this will probably be giving us something pretty interesting as well. So This looks nice. No? Um, so let's say, what are we looking at? We're looking at the daily open on the 25th of June. Is that? Today's the 24th. So tonight, if we do get this move up into the range value area low, that's going to be pretty significant. We do have a convergence of support and resistance coming in very strongly around this area. So with this golden pocket speed fan currently giving us support, we do have the one that will be coming down against that, which could offer some pretty strong resistance on the way down. We also have to be aware that probably the 0.5 of this is maybe a bit more, let's just add that on. Yeah, the 0.5 currently is the one that has been weighing us down. You can see that it has been a lot closer to price action more recently. And yeah, we can just see the relationship that the speed fan is giving us. Okay, so you can see the test here. You can see that failed to get above. Then you can see the rejection. We did get back above there, and yeah, quite nice things going on with these. So I do really enjoy using the speed fans. I do think they give some pretty good trades. And if you go down onto the lower time frames, you can see the relationship that price is definitely having with those levels. So yeah, let's just go back to the to the simple ones. These are the ones that I like. These are the ones that I would trade off of. And there is this convergence of these speed fans coming in at our range value area low. If we do see a push up into that, this will be a big pivotal moment for the trend over the weekend if this move does happen. It might never happen, in which case we'll just have to reassess, but that is interesting to me. Cool. That's everything I want to go over this morning. As usual, let's just have a look at the movers. So, oh, look at that. Tron's had a nice move. Make of that what you will. A little bit of a descending wedge going on here on Tron. A weird one. Yeah, that's quite nice. And Cardano, as expected, has had a really powerful move up and is back above this weekly level. So that looks pretty good. What I would be looking for now that we've taken these highs would be to come back down into this weekly and then to get another move higher on that. Same thing here is we did reclaim this monthly level. So yesterday's update, I was saying this was very important that we do reclaim that. Probably right now this is at resistance, the 786 I would assume. Yep. So we have hit the 786. We'll be looking at, if it can hold above this weekly, then that's really, really strong. But I do think maybe a retrace is more likely on that, especially if the Bitcoin pair can get that little move down as well. So we'd be looking at something like possibly back into the $1.23 area on Cardano. Cool. Nothing else to cover. Yeah, nothing else to cover. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch everyone as usual in the chat. Bye.